Hey, can you do a few questions for CNN?
Is your guys' son or daughter? Or...
Son.
Awesome. And are you guys a couple?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
As soon as he asked the first question, we knew that they weren't with CNN, that this was something different.
So,
There's a reason why God made marriage between a man and a woman in Genesis 1. And there's a reason why God asked couples to raise godly seed. By couple, I mean a man and a woman. And the common platitude goes, God created Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. There is a role that the father plays that the mother cannot be and can never be a substitute for. Similarly, there's a role the mother plays that the father can never be a substitute for. And let me just come on right the bat and say, it's a sin. The gay couple are in sin. That aside, it also indicates a society that is progressive, sometimes at an alarming rate, declining in morals. You have the American Academy of Pediatrics, for instance, reporting in a clinical study that the presence of a father can reduce antisocial behaviors in boys, and it's linked to a decrease in early puberty, a decrease in depression, a decrease in early sexual activity, and a decrease in teenage pregnancy in girls. The report states, and I quote, "Fathers do not parent like mothers, nor are they a replacement for mothers. When they are not at home, they provide a unique, dynamic, and important contribution to their families and children." And so you find, especially in ladies, that the absence of a father makes them very prone to abuse, because the fatherly love, the fatherly emotional attachment that they missed, they search for that, they long for that from a partner. And when this partner is abusive, you find that despite the abuse, because of that connection that they were lacking in the absence of their father, they are willing to stay with that abuser. And you could survey ladies who have been abused, irrespective of context, and you find the same thing. When you look at males, you find that the absence of a father is one of the more robust predictors of juvenile delinquency and criminal behavior. One paper argues that father absent early in the child's life, whether always absent or before age 5, is associated with adulthood experiences of delinquency and criminal behavior. And this finding is something that is repetitively echoed and re-echoed all over the world, that you find that families, boys that grow up without fathers, tend to engage in criminal behavior because of the lack of the fatherly figure in their homes. So those are a few things that the father contributes to the lady's life or the girl child's life, and then to the boy child's life. Let's look at the maternal side of things. And research finds that the mother or maternal attachment tends to have a positive association with cognitive development. And one study finds that breastfeeding has clear nutritional benefits that affect brain development, but the nurturing and interaction with the mother that takes place during breastfeeding is also a potential positive influence on cognitive development. So breastfeeding has a direct relationship with brain development. It's not just an association, this is causality, or a cause and effect kind of relationship. And then you find that the interaction, that is maternal attachment, then further has a positive association or influence on cognitive development. As to whether it's causality, a cause and effect relationship, that I'll have to find out. Further studies that go on to buttress my point or affirm the point of the maternal attachment to brain development include a Romanian orphan studies, which was a research conducted on children in Romanian institutions. We found that deprived consistent maternal care was closely associated with detrimental effects on brain development and behavior. Another, which was a brain imaging study by Chigani, concludes that dysfunction in key brain regions may have resulted from the stress of early deprivation of maternal care and might be linked to long-term cognitive and behavioral defects. And so you find that both the father and the mother bring unique things to the development of a child. Once either is missing, the child is going to be lacking in the benefits that come from either of them that is missing. So you find that in black communities in America, for instance, largely the absence of fathers results in a higher tendency to commit crime, and it reflects in the crime rates. On the mother's side, that breastfeeding has a direct effect on brain development, whether it's a boy child or a girl child. You also find that even when it comes to social connections and social relationships, having that maternal connection, that maternal care boosts the child's chances of having more positive relationships with people around them. So in conclusion, you find that this situation highlights a few things. One, it highlights the profound moral decline in society, where people have stopped hiding their sin and now doing it openly and being supported to continue in it. And then you also have that child potentially going to be lacking in maternal care and its accompanying implications, unique implications to the development of that child, because two guys who are selfish in that they want to indulge in their pleasures at the expense of the child's development want to raise a child for that child to lack in the maternal care that is needed for the child to grow as he ought to.